October the 22nd, 2020. Guys, just a quick update. We've got a couple of systems, one in the Atlantic, one in the Caribbean. Neither one are going to directly impact the mainland of the U.S. except possibly South Florida. And there's one forming in the Caribbean Sea now that has a 30% chance of development. In the top right, you're looking at Hurricane Epsilon. Again, they're going through the Greek alphabet. It's now a Cat 1, 75 miles an hour, but it had gotten up to near Cat 3 or Cat 3 status a few days ago. But the one in the Caribbean, it's kind of hard to see here, and that's going to have the most direct impact. You folks in Jamaica probably have gotten some storms as this thing is starting to form. Then it's projected to push over Cuba. For all you guys there, move up towards the Bahamas. Now, Epsilon that you see out in the Atlantic is supposed to continue north and then east back into the Atlantic. So you guys over in the British Isles, in that area, you may get part of the storm. And we're going to have a cool front, guys. It's already started in the south. I think parts of Minnesota had already had a few days ago a 112-year record for snow this time of the year, and a large amount of snow. But anyway, you guys in the UK, remember that as it's cooling down, this thing could get cold and stormy. But let's take a look at what the National Hurricane Center is saying about it. And let me say this as we look at this satellite image. We're a couple of weeks now from the election. And when you talk about storms, you've always got to keep that in mind. And I want you to be aware of your location during those events, because there's been people that said that they're going to attempt to have a lot of chaos and trouble like that. So don't put you and your family in the position or in between battling fronts. Come out of Babylon with this deal and you're going to make it. But if it gets really rough, that storm, the other storm, then again, we don't know exactly what's going to happen, but the left side is kind of like the last time this happened 4 years ago. Now they are going to fight it tooth and nail, and regardless of which side wins, it's going to be a lot of chaos. Now, a lot of us know how the polls are set up, and we understand that, so expect trouble. Pray that it's not, but as many people say, prep, pray, and stay out of the way, including Roy Potter. It's a good saying. And so with you looking at the storms here, the storms of life, then understand that this chaos is brought about for a reason. It's to start a new way of life, if you understand what I'm saying. Let's look at the National Hurricane Center. This is the 5-day graphical outlook. You've got Epsilon here again. Now it's back up to 85 miles an hour. Still, it has weakened. It's getting further north. It was strong. I think it had reached 111 miles, if I'm not mistaken, a day or so ago. And the tiny dot right there is Bermuda. And guys, you're getting the outer bands now, but hopefully the storm will continue that northeast or north and to the right on this map. Make that turn and get away from you. Again, Jamaica, you're already starting to get some storms, just depending on the activity here in the Caribbean. But definitely Cuba here and the Bahamas. So South Florida over the weekend there and into the Keys. A lot of you guys who watch the channel during hurricane season, be aware of it. Within a week, we're going to have cooler weather. But between now and then, this thing could be dangerous for boaters. You have to watch for rip currents and things like that, and stormy weather with water spouts or tornadoes, just depending on what it does. They're saying it's a 30% chance of formation. Trough of low pressure located over the western Caribbean Sea is producing an area of disorganized showers and thunderstorms, which extends near Jamaica, the Cayman Islands, portions of Cuba, and the Windward Passage. Some slow development of the system is possible during the next few days while it moves northeastward near western or central Cuba, the Straits of Florida, and the central Bahamas throughout the weekend. Regardless of development, locally heavy rainfall is possible over portions of Cuba, South Florida, and the Bahamas through early next week. And guys, these are the ones, if you don't pay attention to, you'll lose boaters. You see it every year. So pay attention to that. If your kids are thinking about doing a little boating excursion and they're not experienced in this type of wind and weather, that's when they disappear. And experienced boaters also, so as you do your weekend planning and into early next week as far as the water, keep your eyes on the storms. Not a big deal, but it's enough to cause a lot of trouble in your area. And Epsilon is moving north and northeast. Guys, we're watching a lot of things. Don't think we're not. Guys, again, you've got to, in the other storms, you've got to be wiser than the serpent. And one of those things is come out of Babylon. Participating and get caught up into a battle between left and right is what they want. That way they win. But you refuse that, and you, again, come out of her. And concentrate on prepping for you and your family and what you need to do then, because there's not going to be a magic wand wave and a rider on a white horse on this planet that's going to come in and stop this move of the NWO. It's worldwide. It's being planned worldwide by all nations. So now is the time to think about that and what you're going to do about it. It's a heads up, guys. Be safe.